Good morning. It is Friday, February 7th, and today I'm going to share with you a few tips that I am trying to live by. Most of them I do live by, some of them I'm working on, but these are tips that that have been helping me to lose weight and that maybe will help you as well. The first few tips have to do with water consumption. And so the first tip is to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning when you wake up. I find this to be slightly challenging, but it is worth it because all night long your body has been dehydrated, and so it's good to get your body hydrated again, and it helps if that first glass of water that you drink is cold. Like, put some ice in it if you can stand really cold things. I know some people have like sensitivities to their teeth and stuff, but if you can stand really cold water, drink it cold. It boosts your metabolism because your body has to work to warm the water up to body temperature, so it actually burns calories to drink cold water. It also helps if you drink a glass of water before a meal. It fills up a little bit of space in your stomach, and it's not something with calories, so it actually helps you to eat less. So drink a glass of water before you eat, and then drink a glass of water after you eat. You are taking in fewer calories, but you're not feeling hungry, and you are hydrating your body all in the same step. On that note, I would also like to say that if at all possible, you should try to stay away from drinking your calories. Go for things that do not have any calories in them. I know that if you drink milk like I do, it has calories, but stay away from high calorie juices like orange juice, or flavored drinks like Life Water. If you choose Life Water, then choose a 0 calorie option. Try your best to stay away from sodas altogether. If you've been watching my videos, you see that I'm still working on that. But anyway, stay away from calories, drinks that have calories in them, because you don't want to be using your calories up in the day with fluids, and especially fluids that do not carry a lot of nutrition. One final thing that has to do with water is not to confuse hunger for thirst. There are several things that we do throughout the day, and the whole time water is being depleted from our bodies. So we need to make sure to stay hydrated. Otherwise, we get a feeling of hunger, which actually more than likely is thirst. So go ahead and drink a glass of water if you're feeling hungry. Give it a few minutes, 15-20 minutes. If you're still feeling hungry after that, you're definitely needing some food in your body. So don't confuse hunger for thirst. Make sure that you're getting lots of hydration, and that will also help you to lose some weight. Another tip is that you not eat about 3 hours before you go to bed at night, or around 7 o'clock. After that time, your activities just kind of slow down a lot, and so you're not going to be burning as many calories that you would have if you were going about your daily routine. So try not to eat past 7:30, and that will automatically help you to lose some pounds without even trying too hard. This is one that you might have heard of before, but just find little ways to become more active, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or parking farther away from the grocery store. That way, whenever you walk in, you're getting more steps in, and you're walking more to burn more calories. This is something that a lot of people have already heard before, but it does work. So just try to find little ways to add a little bit of extra exercise into your day and reap the benefits. The next few tips are going to be about actual food consumption, and the first thing is to not pick up the salt shaker and add salt to your food. If at all possible. I mean, your food needs to be enjoyable, but don't just like put a lot of salt on it. Try to wean away from it. A lot of salt retains water in the body, and so it might not be actual like pounds of fat that makes you weigh more, but it might be water retention. So if you do eat something salty, try to drink extra water to like counterbalance it. That way, you're still trying to, that water is flushing that salt out of your system. So that would be tip number one. Tip number two would be to eat a good breakfast in the morning. And when I say a good breakfast, I don't mean a lot of food, I mean quality food. And so you may have seen already where clinical studies show that people who eat a good breakfast in the morning actually do weigh less than people who don't, and there's a reason for that. Whenever you starve yourself all morning long and then lunchtime comes around, you're absolutely starved. You haven't eaten since the night before. You're talking more than 12 hours of starvation time. So your body needs fuel in the morning. It kickstarts your metabolism because it gives your body something to burn. So it helps you to weigh less because come lunchtime and dinner time, you're not binging on a lot of high calorie foods that you eat a lot of because you suddenly realize that you're so hungry. So eat a good breakfast in the morning. And you know, that takes me to tip number 3, and that would be to make eggs one of those things in the morning. Eggs are superfoods. They contain a lot of nutrients in them that you need. They're not high in calories. And I have an egg trick that I use, and it's simply one whole egg and then another egg of just the egg white, and then you add a little bit of water into the mix as well if you're going to scramble your eggs. And the reason that I do that is because it gives you a little bit more quantity than one egg would, but the water keeps it moist without the calories. I used to add a little milk to my eggs in order to moisten them, but I use water now. And then another thing is that you're cutting out, I believe an egg white contains about 20 calories. So, and an egg contains 70 to 80 calories. So you're saving about 50 calories by substituting an egg white for another whole egg. So instead of 2 whole eggs in the morning, 1 whole egg, 1 egg white, and a little bit of water. And then your egg is around, you know, 90 to 100 calories as opposed to 140, 150 calories. So it doesn't seem like a big change, but it's these little things that add up over time. So that's just an egg trick that I use, and that was tip number 3. Tip number 4 is if you're going to eat something high in calories, try to eat it earlier in the day. If you are really craving a Starbucks latte and you don't want to go skinny on it and get all that sugar-free stuff in there, and you know that latte is going to be 300, 400, 500 calories depending on what size you get, then have it in the morning. That way you've got all day to burn it off. It's in your mind, hey, I had that this morning. I definitely need to take the stairs instead of the elevator today. That way I burn those extra calories. If you're going to have bacon or sausage, do have it in the morning. Some people like to have breakfast for dinner. I've done that before. But keep that really high fat, high calorie stuff in the beginning of your day. That way you've got all day long to burn it off, and it's not sitting on you late at night when you become more sedentary. The next tip is if you can stand it, to eat spicy foods. If you notice when you start eating spicy foods, your nose starts running, your heart rate goes up a little bit, your mouth is watering, everything is spicy. So it's upping your metabolism is what it's doing, and it's burning foods faster. And so eating things that are spicy definitely will help you to burn more calories. It's crazy, but it's true. Try to stay away from carbonated beverages. I found an article online. It was on WebMed, and it said, let's see, I wrote it down. It says drinking diet sodas, which is what I do from time to time, increases your overweight risk by 41%, and that's just by drinking 1 can of soda, of diet soda a day. So that was kind of shocking. So that tells me you're definitely going to lose weight just simply by cutting those carbonated beverages out of your diet. So work on that, and that's like, you know, because I was shocked at just 1 can a day, because in my mind, if you've been watching my videos, you see where I'm saying, like, you know, I just might have just had one Diet Coke today. So I'm thinking, oh wow, just that 1 Diet Coke that I thought was a lot better than the 4 or 5 that I used to drink, that should help me a lot. Well, this is still saying that just that one is increasing my overweight risk by 41%. So that was definitely an eye-opener, and I wanted to share that with you. My next tip is to add foods to your diet instead of subtracting foods from your diet. The first thing that we think of when we think, oh, I'm on a diet, is I can't eat anymore and I'm going to be hungry. Don't think that way. Add colorful foods to your diet every day. Foods that are red, yellow, green, purple, orange. All of these colors carry different vitamins, different minerals, different nutrients. So make sure that you're adding lots of these things. Try to keep a lot of vegetables in your house. Eat these things freely. They're not high in calories. I have a salad mix right now. I can eat 3 cups of it for 20 calories. So, I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, that's like a lot of salad. I don't even eat 3 cups of salad in one sitting. So, you know, I'm sitting down, I might have a cup and a half, 10 or 15 calories. If you're going to have a salad, watch out for those dressings. They are high in calories and high in fat, especially ranch, Thousand Island, things like that. Try to switch to vinaigrettes if you can stand it. I do not like vinaigrettes because I don't like things that are sour, and the vinegar in it is just terrible to me. But what I do is I am able to stand the Kraft Zesty Italian. I go fat-free, and there are, I think it's 15 calories for 2 tablespoons. I'm not sure, but I mean, if you think, okay, I'm eating a salad and then you put ranch on it, and I think 2 tablespoons of ranch is 140 calories. So are you even measuring that ranch before you put it on? Are you just putting it on your salad? You know, you could be adding 300 or 400 calories or more, depending. Some people really like a lot of dressing on their salad. You really have to watch that, because you think that you're eating healthy, but by adding that ranch dressing, you really just kind of ruined the salad calorie-wise. So watch out for that, or maybe try to switch to the low-calorie or the fat-free. I think there's a fat-free version. I generally don't eat ranch, so, but my husband doesn't like the fat-free kind, so we do have ranch in the house, but it is for him, and it's because I just don't use it because of how high in calories that it is.
For once in my life, I've got someone who needs me, someone I've needed so long. For once unafraid, I can go where life leads me, and somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew. Someone warm like you could make my dreams come true. For once in my life, I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before. For once I have someone I know won't desert me. I'm not alone anymore. For once I can